I did masters in computing science, specializing data science. I prefer to go like a broad domain to study computer science or IT. And then on the master's level, you can narrow down according to your interest. So when getting scholarship, there were like three different categories of scholarship when I came. So one is like 100% scholarship with relocation fund provided by the government. So that is they pay you for the one full tuition fee of one full year, and also like around 5,000 6,000 euros for relocation for first full year. And the second type of scholarship is 100% scholarship. So that is what I got. So that covers one full years of tuition fee. And the third type of scholarship is the 50% scholarship. So it covers only 50%. You need to pay other 50% from your pocket, something like that. So to maintain the scholarship after 1 year, at the end, out of 60 credits, minimum 45 credits we need to complete. It was like a 6 semester period in India. So out of 6 months, you have an exam. But here it's like 2 periods for a semester. So you have exams in just 2 months. For every 2 months, you have an exam. So it's kind of, you need to work hard so that you don't miss any assignments. I was not doing any part-time here since I saved a lot in the scholarship. I was okay, financially okay. So I spent most of my time in studies.
Super.
Like completely, I was studying and studying and studying. The other thing is like I completed the 2 year studies in 1 year. So I kind of double worked and then I pushed myself to study. Well, actually, the last 1 year, I was working on a research as a research assistant in the university. So I was working on a research project, so which kind of formed my doctoral project now. So it is the start of my doctoral project. But I did my thesis work on last 5 months. Like I started on January this year and finished on May. And regarding all the government stuff like insurance or tax, whatever it is, like everything is very electrified, I'll tell. So you don't need to be going and doing paperwork like how we do in India. It's nothing like that. You can do everything from home.
Exactly.
So if you just have like a finished banking credentials, everything is like automated.
And Finland and Estonia are the top ones across the world and even in the Europe for e-governance system. Everything is digital.
I was able to finish my entire monthly expense within 50,000 rupees, around 550 euros by then when I started. Because the housing accommodation starts from around 250 to 350 euros. Yeah. And apart from that, the transportation, the mobile SIM card recharge, and the food cost will be around 200 euros. So around 600 would be the safe, I'll say.
Hello everybody, welcome all of you. My name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. Thanks for following up our channel. We are posting a lot of success stories from our students. And today, I'm going to do the 91st interview. And we are going to present our student Derek, who went to Finland for his master's with full scholarship and successfully moving to the next phase of his career. Derek, welcome to the show, Derek.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. And we should only thank you for the time you gave to us to enlighten the audience and the young minds. So before we discuss in detail about your life journey and data sciences, so kindly introduce yourself to our audience, Derek.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Derek. I was born in Coimbatore, and I did my high school and college in Coimbatore. I did my information technology BTech in Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College. So from there, I moved to Tampere to do my master's. And last 2 years, I was pursuing my master's, and currently I finished it this month. And next month, I'm expected to start my doctoral research in Tampere University.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Excellent. Okay. So we are going to go segment by segment. And before we even discuss about your life journey, many people are picking up data science, data analytics, machine learning, AI, and cyber security at UG level itself. Because many people, you can tell me your opinion, because including me and many other people whom I have spoken, including Anna University's Vice Chancellor, they say, at bachelor's, please choose computer science or IT, something like what you did. Okay. In master's, please choose these specializations. So what is your opinion on this?
Yeah, actually, it's better. Like as you said, like choosing computer science or information technology kind of broadens your domain knowledge. Like you just don't narrow down even in the bachelor's level. So if you just go to the data science or machine learning directly towards your bachelor's, then you will not have exposure towards software engineering, or you will not learn about the computers at all. Like if I did my bachelor's in information technology, as I said, it's very close to computer science. The curriculum was not big different exactly, and I learned about the circuits. We had some courses about the electrical engineering and mechanical engineering, so it's a combination. For first 2 years we'll be learning from multiple courses. For third year and fourth year we had an option in Ramakrishna. We had an option to choose a kind of a minor major degree. So I chose data science by then. By third year, so I had few courses which was relevant to data science, so which helped me to match the credits for the master's degree as well. So I prefer to go like a broad domain to study computer science or IT, and then on the master's level you can narrow down according to your interest.
Exactly. That is what I wanted to ask as the first question. When I saw your profile that I'm going to do the interview today, I was very excited to ask, first of all, this question. And I wanted to know your opinion because a lot of people, they take these courses at UG level itself. And, the room for widening from there becomes little tricky. So,
Yeah.
in the current situation, especially or an IT or a computer science student or anybody from the computer science domain, they always look at campus placements and moving forward in that direction.
Yeah.
Very few they look at doing masters and developing their skill set further. So when did you decide you did not want to be one among the several people
Actually,
wanted
my career includes both. Like I worked in corporate when I was in India. So third year, from the first year of the college, I had to do masters in my mind. Like I wanted to
okay
go abroad. So I kind of maintained the credits. So I was pretty sure that credits will help me in some scholarship or some kind of added advantage when I'm enrolling masters. So I
super
kind of like combine the credits from the start. I kind of maintained it in a good level. And on third year I
super
was quite skeptic because it was the COVID pandemic time, so I was
mm-hmm.
not, this travel restrictions, those things were there. So I kind of preferred, okay, it's better to go for the corporate now, and then in future I can go for master.
Get
So
back to
during my third year I got placed in a corporate. So and fourth year I was completely working. I was not studying at the university at all. I was working as an intern in Chennai. And after that as well, I worked 1 full year as an associate consultant in Chennai. And after that, during that 1 year, it gave me a breath time so that I was able to do my IELTS and prepare for the masters. And I was leisurely preparing with the help of ESC as well.
super.
And then the next year, I
So
moved to Tampere. Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah, I saw that 1 year gap and I saw your work experience also. So, but you had a very clear idea. This job, the corporate job, was
Mhm.
just a transit, a fill up. My ultimate aim
Mhm.
is to move out and do my masters and have more exposure, right? Yes, super. So then, did you think of plenty of countries or you had only Europe in your mind?
Actually, I had plenty of countries, but me and my friend, we both approached ESC, and then we both had consulting on the same time. And
Okay.
by that time, like according to the financial situations and the scholarship availability, we chose Finland. And I think Saranya ma'am, there was two ma'am who was really helpful in choosing the countries. And we chose Belgium, Germany, and Finland. So we kind of
Okay.
applied parallelly for all these three countries.
Super. Amazing choice of countries, basically. So now, before that, you had only Europe in your mind. Any specific reason to choose Europe?
Yes, because few of my relatives are already in Europe. So Europe, as you know, it's like traveling inside Europe is very easy. So
Yes.
I had a image in mind. Okay, somewhere in Europe it's fine, but inside Europe it should be. So that's what I thought.
Yeah. Super. Plus, less competition, right? Because they don't take in a lot of students.
Yes, it was, but nowadays in Germany, I think there are so many competitions coming right now.
Now,
I
even
don't
when you
know.
compare it with countries like US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, still, it's a
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
minuscule percentage. So then, how did you find Europe Study Center?
I approached Europe Study Center even before I enrolled my bachelor's. So this is not the first time I visited.
Okay.
So I wanted
Okay.
to do my bachelor's abroad initially. So
Okay.
from then I was in touch with the AC.
Super, super, super. So then, once you got the news that you got 100% scholarship in a top public university in Finland, that is in Tampere, how happy you were?
It was like unimaginable. I was really jumping here and there in the portico. And I was telling my dad that this happened, and he actually didn't believe. And then he came and he checked it. Oh, yes, really. And it was
Yeah, it's
really
too good to
a
believe,
shock,
right?
surprising shock. And it was amazing. Yeah.
See, put aside the savings that you or your parents had because of this 100% scholarship. For me, that's the second or third priority. But the first
Mhm.
priority is, even in your resume or wherever you go, you always say you are a scholarship student. That gives you a great
Yeah.
confidence boost, right, brother? Derek?
Yes, yes, definitely. If you're a scholarship student, it always keeps you on a level higher than other people. Yeah.
Super, super, amazing. So, what was the master program that you studied in Tampere?
I did masters in computing science, specializing data science.
So, tell us, how was Tampere University, especially in the first semester? I always ask these questions to all of my students, especially who
Mhm.
finished their masters recently. There would have been an astronomical change, right, in the education system,
Yeah,
learning
yeah, yeah.
pattern back home in India. There, how did you
Mhm,
adapt, and
mhm.
what were all the challenges you faced?
Initially, when coming to Tampere University, I was not able to arrive on time. That was one
Okay,
reason. Because due to the visa delay, I
COVID, yeah,
arrived after
all
two
this stuff.
weeks from the start. And from then, it took me quite a while to settle down because it was not, it was my first time to Europe and the facilities were not much familiar. But according to the study wise, it was quite challenging as well because it is not the same education system like how we have in India.
Now,
It was like a 6 semester period in India. So out of 6 months, you have an exam. But here it's like two periods for a semester. So you have exams in just 2 months. For
too
every two
much.
months, you have an exam. So it's kind of, you need to work hard so that you don't miss any assignments. Yeah, regarding assignments, everything is assignment basis. Like you cannot do as you do in India. Like 6 months, you don't study anything and you study for last 1 month and then you write the
Nope,
exam. It's not possible at all.
nope.
Yeah,
No
every single
chance.
week we need to work on the assignments.
Exactly, because you'll have two quarters. Derek, audience, what Derek is trying to say here is a semester is split of two quarters. First quarter, second quarter. First quarter, you will have, after the first quarter, you will have exams. Same applies to the second quarter. So,
Mm.
how did you overcome these challenges? You pushed yourself hard, studied more time than normal. How did you overcome?
Yes, actually, since I was not doing any part-time here, since I saved a lot in the scholarship, I was okay, financially okay. So I spent most of my time in studies,
Super.
like completely. I was studying and studying and studying. The other thing is like I completed the 2 year studies in 1 year. So I kind of double worked and then I pushed myself to study.
Excuse me, you finished 2 years studies in 1 year.
Yes, out of 120 credits, just 90 credits is from the course. I completed all the 90 credits in 1 year.
Wow, this I have not heard of, Tambi, in my several years of operations. Wow. Then you worked really hard then, because getting 60
Yeah.
credits itself is a challenge. Let's be very
Yes.
frank. I also
Yes.
studied in
Yes.
Sweden. But to get 90 credits, oh my goodness, super. And they gave a very deserving candidate only, they have given the scholarship. Now I can super confident. How did you make it happen? 90 credits in a year. Oh my God. Tell
Uh,
us.
it
What is the
was
secret?
possible. I was utilizing every single day. Like instead of doing 15, they suggest 15 credits per period, but I was doing like 20, 25 credits. I was pushing even more to finish it as soon as possible.
And one point which you said, I am a scholarship student, so I focus fully on my studies. Don't you think even students who have not got scholarship, still they should be focusing on studies instead of doing part time so that they can finish the degree on time? What is your opinion?
Yes, yes, it's definitely good to avoid part-time. And especially in Finland, it's
Yes.
really hard to get a part-time. Like few of my friends were
That
trying
is,
for 12 to 16 months,
yes.
they weren't able to get any single part-time here.
And see, we always tell the students, focus on your studies, develop your skill set, and aim for a full-time job rather than the temporary
Yeah,
benefits, basically. That's why
yeah,
majority of our students, they finish the degree on time. Super.
yes.
So by, especially, how good were the professors and how helpful they were in your journey?
Professors, like here, most of the studies weren't like face to face. So it depends on the professor. Like a few of the, like out of 60 credits I completed in the first 6 for 7 month period, 30 credits were like face to face classes and 30 were like pre-recorded videos.
Okay.
So even though it's pre-recorded videos and then we do assignments, like how we study in Coursera, example. But still, the if you can contact professors like in a straightforward way. It's like, hi Frank. If the professor is called Frank, we can just name as hi Frank, and it's like very easy communication. You just don't need to be so formal, and there should be no mistakes in the email, nothing like that. You can just have a common regular chat.
Very friendly, right?
Very
It
friendly
creates
environment. Yeah.
exactly, because a lot of during my days of my masters, there have been many professors who has taken us to pizzeria. Once in a while
Hmm.
we all go. In our class there were like 8 students. The professor would take us to a
Hmm.
pizzeria and spend a lot of time with us. And as you rightly said, they are very friendly, and they are approachable. And if we
Yeah.
are well prepared and ask
Mhm.
them a deserving question, and I'm sure they will go
Yes.
out of the way to uh, help us basically.
Really. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Super. So then you finished. By the way, audience, for your understanding, master programs each year is 60 credits. So 2 years is 120 ECTS. But our great friend Derek finished 90 ECTS in the first year itself. So the ideally the third semester you did your project, final year project.
No, actually, the last 1 year, I was working on a research as a research assistant in the university. So I was working on a research project, so
Mhm.
which kind of formed my doctoral project now. So it is
Now,
the start of my doctoral project. But I did my thesis work on last 5 months. Like I started on January this year and finished on May.
okay. So 6 months you were like an intense RA, which is
Yeah, yeah.
in line with your doctorate degree right now. Then you
Yes.
came back to masters, finished your thesis.
No, I was doing it parallelly. Like for last 1 year, I was a research assistant, and last 5 months, I was working on thesis as well.
Yeah, the thesis took a front seat
Yeah,
for so
yeah,
that you can finish it.
yeah,
That's
yeah. I
that's
need
what I
to
meant actually. Yes.
exactly.
What was the title, brother, of your master thesis?
It was like automating system error diagnosis using BERT. So that is like bidirectional encoder representation of transformers. So that
Okay.
is like the chat GPT which we are using now. So those are built upon this transformer architecture. So
Okay.
I wanted to explore this transformers. So I was working with a company here, private company. So I approached them for a thesis topic, and then I got a thesis topic from them, and I was working on it. So it took me 5 months to finish it.
Excellent. That's an ideal time to finish the master thesis. And
Yeah.
dating little back during your days at Ramakrishna,
Mhm.
you said you slowly started to develop towards interest towards data science. So, any
Yeah.
specific reason you read some articles or somebody told you? Where was the spark?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was interested in machine learning and AI from the first year. Like,
Okay.
I got few opportunities from my professor to take part in hackathons, and they were kind of supporting to
Okay.
develop the skills on this domain. And
Okay.
during my bachelor's as well, I had like 5 publications, uh,
Wow.
research publications with the professors.
Okay. I'm talking to a very studious student now. Okay. Super. Please.
Yeah, so from the first year, I started writing research papers. So by the third year, okay, I kind of had an idea like this is what I will go do in the future. So I started taking courses regarding data science. And I was quite aware that I need specific credits to enroll in specific universities even when I was doing bachelor's. So I took few max courses, like additional max courses, because just from my degree, the information technology, I had like around 12 ECT, no, around 12 ECTS worth of max credits, but I need at least 20 for this data science degree. So I took additional max courses out of my interest to map the credit thing.
Way too smart, brother. I've never heard somebody picking up more mathematics courses, thinking of their master's prerequisite. I guess in
Mhm.
every aspect, whatever we have discussed in this 20 minutes, you are well ahead in the race, basically. Super. So then, what sort of, you said only assignments you would have? You would have any
Mhm.
laboratory examinations also in your assessment phase? In you?
Yes, actually, yes. We have this kind of two type of testing in Tampere University, at least I know. So one is paper based, and other one is like laboratory based. So where you have computers, and then you go in and book a time by yourself, and then you enter to the exam site and you do the programming there. And most of the statistics course are like pen and paper based, and most of the programming course are computer based. And
Fine, brother.
and we cannot generalize like all the courses are assignment based because few of them were assignment based and you don't have a final exam, so the credits and the grades are calculated only from the assignments, but few courses were like no assignments at all but you have the final exam. So the final grades is from the exam, like pen and paper exam. So every course, it depends on the professor, like how they want to evaluate the course, something like that.
Okay. And for a student watching this interview, planning to do his data science related masters in Europe or
Mhm.
any country for that matter of
Mhm.
fact, you said you will have programming examination. So what sort of programming and what level of programming they should know, you know, to
Mhm.
finish a masters in a decent way?
Okay. Basic R programming is required because most of the statistical modeling course which I had required R, but they had a flexible option as well. You can, if you are good in Python or Java, if you are capable of doing the same functionality, developing the same thing in those language as well, they were fine. But the materials which they give to support the kind of learning is through R, but the doors are open. You can use other languages as well. But I prefer for statistical modeling to know basic R programming and then
Okay.
Python programming as well, like few database and few kind of data structure exercises were with Python. So knowing Python and R is more than enough. I think if you take like bachelor's in computer science and IT, Python and R is definitely covered there.
Could even step up little bit more before they start their masters and learn a bit, it's going to be even more comfortable for them,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Yes, because it's like going to a war. The more prepared you are, it's actually better. When
Mhm.
you have the time and energy and scope to
Yeah.
learn more, please learn more and then
Mhm.
get to Europe to start your masters basically. So
Yeah.
then, when you discussed about the professors, the
Mhm.
lecturers, and about the laboratories, because all these softwares, certain softwares that they use, like are mightily expensive. So,
Mhm.
how extensive laboratory support you got at Tampere University?
Actually, for data science, we didn't had any specific laboratories because every
Any
software
softwares? I mean, softwares for you to use in.
software, yeah, we had license for most of the MATLAB and whatever it is, we had licenses. So we can install in our own computer system. And during the lab exercise sessions as well, we take the computer with the software installed and we
Okay,
go to ask help, like if we are stuck in somewhere, so they will help us. But everything is in
super.
the personal laptop. Yeah,
Personal laptop. Yeah, they give you the license and you guys use
yeah,
it
yeah. We
basically.
download the software for ourselves.
So then, when it comes to the scholarship, a lot of people they
Mhm.
think after getting the scholarship, yeah, that's it. No. So what are
Mhm.
all the criterias that you need to satisfy after getting this 100% scholarship, which was for the first year or the, you got scholarship for both the years? So talk to us in detail about this. Yeah.
Sure. So when getting scholarship, there were like three different categories of scholarship when I came. So one is like 100% scholarship with relocation fund provided by the government. So that is they pay you for the one full tuition fee of one full year and also like around 5,000, 6,000 euros for relocation for first full year. And the second type of scholarship is 100% scholarship. So that is what I got. So that covers one full years of tuition fee. And the third type of scholarship is the 50% scholarship. So it covers only 50%. You need to pay other 50% from your pocket, something like that. So to maintain the scholarship after 1 year, at the end, out of 60 credits, minimum 45 credits we need to complete. So
Oh,
55 or plus. So that is the requirement in Tampere University. So if you are not able to complete this 45 credits, then the scholarship will drop to 50% if it was 100% before.
okay.
And if it was 50% before, the scholarship will be disappearing. So
This
no more scholarship at all.
at least Tampere was lenient enough for 45 credits out of 60 because plenty
Yeah.
of the universities where I send 100% scholarship students, they should have scored 60 out of 60. Then only the
Yeah. In
scholarship
that
was,
case, this is flexible. Yeah.
this is flexible. Anyway, in your case, it's not a problem. You got it two times more. You got it 90. So doesn't doesn't matter for you basically. So next I wanted to ask you was, uh, I'm sure even if you had applied for a job, you would have even
Mhm.
secured it. And I guess you wanted to stay in the academia,
Mhm,
and then
mhm.
continue to do your PhD. What was the strong reason which drove you into academia, that is, into your PhD, rather than looking out for an employment?
Okay. Actually, I had an option to go to corporate because I did my thesis and the topic was quite strong, where the company was okay to hire me. But
Yes.
then, since I was doing the research for last 1 year on a particular topic, the financial data science, I was quite interested in that. and even the PhD, I'm trying to fast track in 3 years rather than 4 years. Like for the 4 years is the nominal period, but then I'm planning to complete within 2.5 years or within 3 years.
I have no hesitation to say, Derek, you are going to do this too. The guy who can finish 90 credits in a year, you are destined for greatness, man. That I can for sure say. And I know because you would have got employment also. People would have offered you. I know that for sure. That is why I asked you, what is the
Yeah,
key
yeah.
factor that took you into your PhD? By the way, audience, that I would like to say, whether he goes for a job or for a PhD, even PhD in European Schengen countries are completely funded. They take care of it. So it's like the same. So it makes all the more sense. When you love the topic and you are keen to research, why not? Another 500, 600 days, then we all would love to call you Dr. Frederick. Sorry, Dr. Derek. So when you told your parents that you are going to get into doctorate, what was their reply?
Like they were okay because the first thing they asked was like, was it funded? Because I shouldn't be relying on them for next
Obviously,
3 years as well.
especially for a PhD, if we pay and study like the ones they do in the UK or
Mhm.
Ireland, I'm not sure. But who will even pay for PhD and study? People should pay us. Even if it is a
Mhm.
non-funded PhD where we don't have to pay anything, I still
Mhm.
feel it's a non-starter. It's like a job,
Mhm.
We have
Yeah.
to get sufficiently paid and move forward. So what was their reply once they understood it's funded?
Yeah, they were really happy because like I will be the first doctorate in my family. So they're like, okay, they're paying you. Why don't you study it and finish it all together? Because anyways, I did my master's, so doctorate will be a completion of it. So
Exactly.
okay, they're really happy.
Yeah, by the time you reach, Derek reaches 26, 27, you are already a doctorate degree holder, which is
Yeah.
it's an amazing this thing. So tell us, about country Finland. You would have had a lot of expectations before coming there. Did it match the expectations or it surpassed your expectations? So tell us about Finland because you are almost there
Okay.
for 2 years now.
Yes, yes. Finland by itself, climate-wise, it's very surprising country. Like it's
I
really
know,
surprising. Now it's like
I know.
12 around 1 a.m. in the morning, 1 p.m. in the morning. It's not cloudy. It's not very sunny as well. Like it's kind of moody. But in night around 11, it will be very sunny.
Yes.
So few months kind of you need to get used to it for the Finland climate itself. And the people here are quite cold. Like you like they will be doing their job and we will be doing our job. So the interactions will be quite less. But it got bit of time for me to get used to this. But once you're used to this, you will be very comfortable in this zone. It's like
This is one, yeah.
you kind of love less interactions with the people and stuff like that. And Finland itself is financially stable, but there is
Yes.
this inflation going on currently because everywhere the inflation is there. But the Finland is very transparent in every single thing happens. If there is even
Yes.
like 1% inflation, it will be very public. Like everybody
Public.
knows there is inflation or something.
That is
And the
how it
price
has to be.
is also there.
That is how it has to be, Derek, right? Like,
Yeah,
be transparent. Tell us,
yeah, yeah.
as people in your country, like, tell us what is happening so that we are prepared. Yeah, please continue. Yes.
And regarding all the government stuff like insurance or tax, whatever it is, like everything is very electrified, I'll tell. So you don't need to be going and doing paperwork like how we do in India. It's nothing
No,
like that. You can do everything from home. So
exactly.
if you just
And
have like a finished banking credentials, everything is like automated.
automated. And Finland and Estonia are the top ones across the world and even in the Europe for e-governance system. Everything
Yeah,
is
yeah.
digital. And Estonia is like, I think, slightly ahead of Finland or both the same. Finland and Estonia work very closely into the aspects that you said right now, the digitalization.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
So, as a super successful student, because you are achieving left, right, and center, whatever you wanted, and you are already on your next mission, I guess you have all the, credentials to guide the young minds who are currently planning to study data science or currently studying data science in their bachelor's.
Mhm.
And as you know, brother, I'm sure you would know, 95% of all the students back home in South India are studying
Mhm.
only data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning,
Mhm.
cyber security. Huge competition. And my students, when I get 30, 40 walk-ins to my 4 offices in a day, brother, 35
Mhm.
are computer science related. 35.
Yeah,
30.
it's
This
a
is the situation. Because when you study it,
yeah,
this
yeah,
was
yeah.
not the case. They have closed other departments, civil, chemical, mechanical, aeronautical, biotechnology, food
Mhm.
technology, closed.
Mhm.
Only
Mhm.
these departments. So I want you to tell you, I want you to tell the audience,
Mhm.
when they are planning for data sciences, how well they should be prepared, what are all the subjects they should focus, and which has a lot of opportunities, which will help them to find a good career or a future. Please talk to us about that.
Okay. In Finland, like as you said, like in India, like most of the things are now computer science. Students are really enthusiastic towards computer science, and all the department doesn't have much interest. In Finland, I think it is quite opposite. Like every single department, still now it has quite wide open doors, and out of that, like 25%, I'll tell it's to the computing sciences way. But students, if they want to get a job in Finland after doing a master's in data science, I will suggest them to be strong in programming. So that is the one
Yes.
main thing. And also to, if they can do some internships, it is really helpful because
Okay.
without building a strong profile, it's quite hard to get a job, get into the industry. They
Okay.
expect some kind of minimal experience.
Mhm.
And other thing I would say is like data science, when you study data science in masters, it's completely statistical, like statistical modeling, statistics, full of statistics. Like I kind of struggled initially because I did my bachelor's during COVID period and then it was not on board teaching. So my math skills completely went down and then I also had a career break. Like 1 year I worked in corporate.
Yeah.
So coming back to statistics was quite hard. So I'll tell students to, if they want to get good grades in masters, they want to be good in statistics. Please don't put down your math skills. And
Okay.
to go into the job market, it's better to acquire some skills on AWS, Microsoft Azure. So these kind
Okay.
of tools which helps in data engineering tasks. So here in Finland, so most of the jobs, data science jobs, are like tagged in like data engineering, data scientist, and data analyst. Like they don't have much difference on their work task. So it's better to learn all the BI tools and these kind of cloud tools, which will be an add-on advantage when they go for job market.
Amazing. I think you have summed up in a short, crisp manner. If students touch upon these points, they stand in
Mhm.
a very good position to grab greater opportunities. Now, I
Yes.
wanted to ask you, you had chosen your doctoral into financial data science.
Mhm.
Any specific reason? And talk to us more about that. I would love to know.
Sure, yeah. When I came, like after completing the 90 credits, I was looking for some part-time jobs, like researcher jobs. So I
Mm-hmm.
was applying to multiple departments, like financial computing department and biological computing department and everywhere. So I got into financial computing department. So that was the first starting point where I started analyzing stock data. Like we work with Helsinki Stock Exchange data. So we
Wow.
used to forecast prices and stuff. So that's what data science is, forecasting
Okay.
things. And that was quite interesting since I was working 1 year and I also published a paper on that. So that will be forming my first paper in my doctoral dissertation. So yeah, so everything is there. And so out of this 1 year, like my passion towards financial computing got strong. So I thought like, okay, financial data science itself is not a big scope. You want to have data science plus a domain knowledge. Like you need to
Exactly.
have a specific domain where you apply the data science. So for
Exactly.
me, I took finance as the domain.
Super. I was about to say that. Okay, we learned data science. Where to
Mm.
apply? That is most
Yeah.
important, right?
Yes,
Where to
yes.
apply these data science skills so that uh,
Hmm.
you are able to find some results and the pattern of results which would help you in a better decision making process. That's all is about
Hmm.
data science, right? You
Yes,
have
yes.
this array of data, millions and
Hmm.
millions
Hmm.
of volumes of data which will help the companies to make informed decisions. I just out
Yes.
of curiosity, you were predicting prices using data science for the Finland
Hmm.
Stock Exchange. You said, so how accurate you were in the results? How
It
come?
is not the direct price prediction, but still, it's something working with the stock prices. Yeah.
Okay. Do you
So
guys do
that
some
is not like
predictions?
straight measure of accuracy. but something in a way to beat it. Yeah.
Okay, it sounds interesting because I wanted to know why Derek choose financial data science. What took him there. And next question out of my curiosity is any specific reason that you choose Tampere again for your PhD? Because you've already done a lot of research. You wanted to
Mm-hmm.
finish it fatafat, 2.5 years. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
main reason, I guess, for you to continue in Tampere rather than exploring outside Finland, as you have already spent a sufficient time in Finland.
Yes. First thing is it's quite comfortable. So I got used to the Finnish culture.
Okay.
And Tampere is very nice city. I'll
Yes.
recommend Tampere more than Helsinki
Helsinki.
because I
Wow.
lived here. I support the city.
And they
And
give you scholarship also. So you're
yeah,
always
they gave me scholarship. Why do I want to leave then?
amazing, man. Great.
And also in
Gratitude.
out of entire Finland, only my university has financial computing department.
Yes, 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 yes,
That is
yes.
one thing.
Super, super, super. So, uh, you were a scholarship student, so the fees is taken care, nothing to worry.
Mhm.
What about the living expenses in Tampere? As a student, how much
Mhm.
would you use to spend in a month?
Uh, I was not spending very lavishly. Like I don't use to have go to a restaurant very frequently, and I was kind of tight in my budget. So I was able to finish my entire monthly expense within 50,000 rupees, around 550, 500, 550 euros by then when I
Plus or
started. Because the
minus
housing
500.
accommodation starts from around 250 to 350 euros.
Yeah,
And apart from that, the transportation, the mobile SIM card recharge, and the food cost will be around 200 euros. So around 600 would be the safe, I'll say.
500 to 550, 600, say for bet.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know Finland is a little cold place. So when it
Mhm.
comes to Tampere, what is the minimum maximum degrees that the city would reach in a year's time?
During summer, it is very hot. It will reach around 15 degrees. We cannot
Oh,
even bear.
15 we cannot bear.
So that is the
For
maximum you
Finland
get here.
standards. Yeah, for Finland standards. Hmm.
Finland standards. And during winter, there was one time last year it went around minus 28 or something.
Yes, super, super.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it's very cold.
Yes. And then you would have made friends with
Mhm.
a lot of nationalities, right?
Yes, yes.
During your study time. So from which all countries you have made friends?
I had friends from Egypt, Nigeria, and from Finland, few people,
Finland,
and
of course,
German.
yeah.
Yeah.
German. Good to have friends from different countries to learn from them about their
Mhm.
culture, food habits, and all those things, right? That's also a
Yes.
part of going abroad and studying, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. So then, other than studies, I know
hmm
it's very intense. Whatever courses you are studying and the workload that you had.
hmm
If at all you had some free time, what would you do apart from your studies time?
We have gym inside the university, so I subscribed for 1 year, so I go to gym occasionally. But I play
Okay.
badminton, so they have
Okay.
badminton court which we can book for free. So I play badminton, and last summer I was playing tennis.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I was not this much involved in sports when I was in India, but here, like, you don't have to do like much things. You don't have much things to do apart from studies. So most of
Yeah.
the free times you can invest in sports.
Sports, yeah. And also it's kind of keeping our mind fresh with newer ideas and it, it kind of
Yeah,
refreshes, right? These
as
sports,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. And,
Super. Super. So what are the countries you have traveled other than Finland?
I was having much interest to travel, but then after coming to Finland, like seeing the buildings and everything, okay, every European country looks the same. I lost the interest to
In
travel.
fact, that's true. That's true. Most of the European countries, they look more or
Yeah.
less the same actually. Hmm.
But I traveled to Estonia and Munich. That's it.
Okay, super. But during your doctoral, you'll have a lot of travel to make, even outside of Europe, conferences, paper
Yes.
presentations. So at that time, I'm sure you're going to cover not many countries basically. So when are you starting your doctorate? July
Uh,
1st?
July 1st. Yeah. 1st of next month.
Wow, so literally no gap actually. Did you have even graduation is over? I don't think so.
Yes, it is over. Like 15 days back, even before I submitted my
Oh,
master thesis, we had a ceremony, so I took part in it.
wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So your parents would have seen the photos, they would have been very happy.
Yes, really.
That's also, they'll be like, waiting for your graduation, meaning like your PhD, doctorate.
Yes,
Super.
yes.
Very amazing, man. And I would easily remember this interview because somebody finishing 90 credits out of the world. Trust me, out of the world. I have not heard this before. I'm not boasting. In my 16
Mhm.
years, I have seen students taking out of
Mhm.
60, they have taken 70.
Mhm.
Majority of the cases, it was only 60 on 60. But 60 on, 90 is like super. And I guess whenever we discuss with Tampere, I will surely say you have given scholarship for the most deserving candidate and your decision making process was really amazing. So before we sum up this beautiful interview, any last
Mhm.
points that you wish to tell to our audience?
Like you can choose Finland. I can strongly recommend Finland. It's a good country. So be prepared not to do part-time. So getting part-time is quite hard. Just
Thank
focus on
you.
your studies.
நன்றி.
You'll get a
அதுக்கு
good
நான்
job.
ஸ்பெஷலாவே
Yeah.
சாரி தம்பி. On a special way, I will tell thanks to you for that particular point, especially. Don't
Mhm.
do part-time. See, in abroad education industry, I am the only person, brother, who will tell the
Mhm.
young kids, don't do part-time. Please sit
Yeah.
and study. You will find plenty of opportunities. Look at your case. You put your heart, mind, and soul into it, brother. You had a job offer,
Mhm.
you had a doctorate offer. You had things to choose. You had things to reject. You get it, right? No pain,
Yeah.
no gain. Yeah, please continue. Yeah.
Yes. Even if you want to do part-time, it's not possible to do part-time because you don't
Bro,
get one.
that is a second story.
Yeah.
Why? You have
Why do
so
you
much
do part-time?
opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And apart from that, it's a good education system. If you are focusing on data science, please be prepared to learn statistics.
Yes.
And be prepared that statistics, what you learn, is not useful in the job market at all.
This is different. That is different.
Yeah, that
Yes,
is different. That's why I'm recommending to learn this data engineering tools.
exactly.
So that's
That's
quite
why
helpful.
I asked you that question so that the young,
Mhm.
students doing their bachelor's currently will watch all these things. And if they are prepared and if the interview has benefited them, I'm sure Derek would be really, really happy. And that is also the objective of this 91st episode of student interviews. 91st interview, this one. Another
Mhm.
9 more to go. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Derek. I know that you have a lot of things to do. Your doctorate is coming up, and I'm sure you will have a lot of paperwork. And by the way, I wanted to ask you. So now from student visa, your visa gets converted to something else, work permit, or how it is for your doctorate?
Yeah, I'm extending my permit as a researcher for next 2 years.
So that will be on what visa then? Work permit or how it is?
Work visa. Yeah.
Work visa. Super. So you already applied. The university will take care of it, right? The paperwork.
I need to apply. In couple of weeks, I'm waiting for some documents. I'm waiting for the master's
Documents.
degree actually.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, once it is in hand, I'll apply.
And usually in Finland, what is the time given to a student to find an employment? 1 year or 6 months? How much? How long? Post-study work visa.
It was 2 years initially. Even now, it's the job search visa is 2 years.
2 years. After masters, they can apply
Yeah, they
for
can apply for a job search visa.
2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
Wonderful. This was an information to me. Also, I was thinking 1 year.
It's
So
two
thank
years.
you so much. Thank you so much, Derek. Great talking to you. I'm sure you've been doing great, and I'm very confident you're going to finish your PhD also in 2.5 years for sure, as per
Yes.
your plan. Best wishes to you. Convey our regards to your family members, and thanks for choosing Europe Study Center and keeping us a small part in your journey. We are really proud of your results, and in this interview, you would have clearly seen this is not a marketing pitch or anything. We wanted to give clarity to the young minds. We tell them to sit and study. Don't do part-time. There are so much things that you guys can do. And your results, a big
Mhm.
testimony for hard work and focus and taking right decisions at the right time. Okay. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Derek. Romba nandri to come forward to do this show. Thank you so much. Especially when people are choosing, and studying data science in lakhs and lakhs, this
Mhm.
video for sure will add them value. That is why we did not do this in Tamil. We wanted to do this in in English, so that
Yeah.
many students will understand in a pan-India audience. I mean, yeah. Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you, Derek.
Thanks for having
Best
me. Thanks
wishes.
for having me.
Pleasure is mine. And we will do a part 2 of this after 5 years. Once you finish your doctorate and once you start working, we'll do a part 2.
I was just thinking to tell that.
Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored because
Yeah.
this is only done to motivate the young minds and give clarity, brother. Nothing else. So after 5 years, please allot 1 hour for me. And if possible, I'll come to Finland and do the interview, the part 2 of
Yeah,
this.
that'll be
Okay?
better. Yeah.
That will be better. Thank you, brother. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.